Nobody steals our chicks and lives.
What, you alien bastards thought you could hide in space? Trickle dicks. Duke doesn't even have to get a time machine to hunt you down. Just a little shuttle, and some steroids, and an RPG, and some good old-fashioned there's chain gunners now. These are the Enforcers, and I hate them, justifiably. There's no pig cops in space. Instead, you have these guys. They have a second attack where they throw green shit at you. I barely even see it anymore, and here's the only time they got me with it during the episode. Took them a while. I want to take a minute to talk about how the look and the design of these space levels is pretty cool, because this was another one of those holy crap look at this situations back in 1996. You're in space. There's a ship flying around outside shooting the station for some reason. These Enforcers are everywhere. You'll get blindsided by 3 of them when you get the first key. If you've only got a shotgun, the rules for the pig cops still apply. And I suppose they'll do less damage to you in that situation, unless there's like 6 of them. Gameplay-wise, the whole thing opens up. In Episode 2, you get to see all the enemies you'll be facing for the rest of the game, except in Episode 4. And also the weapons. 10 weapons. Sure, I don't use the trip mines that much, or the freeze thrower unless I run out of ripper ammo. Whatevs, it's cool.
Damn, I'm good.
We get the Shrinker and the Devastator, which are absolutely essential. The Shrinker's in this little secret here. One of those elevators you just use the air to activate. And the Devastator is up here. And I can't decide which one is more important. See, the Shrinker trivializes most enemies, and the Devastator trivializes Octobrains. Not until level 2, though. A lot of people don't care for Episode 2, which is completely understandable. I don't really hate it, just parts of it. Yeah, you see that? We're gonna get to know them real well. Those are Sentry drones. They're the worst enemy in the game, by far. I don't even hate the things in Episode 4 as much. No, the Sentry drones were a mistake. Imagine if a lost soul from Doom sounded really annoying and exploded when it hit you. Okay, I guess you don't have to. Still, fuck them. Fortunately, we can cheap them out with the most dangerous weapon ever conceived in the build engine. Doors. Not how you'd think. They don't get crushed. They're just real stupid. This here at the end of level 1 kind of forces you into getting hit, so we'll start in level 2.
Once,
Nearly foolproof. If you don't have access to a door, slow them down by spraying them with bullets. Don't go with rockets, they dodge rockets. So they were programmed to dodge my rockets, but not to stop themselves from detonating on the other side of a door. I'd feel bad about doing this, but, fuck them, because they're everywhere. There's dozens of them in some levels. No, not even that one. I'm talking about the very next level where you get all of this. Just no. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got Protozoid slimes too, which jump right on your face and have never once killed me at any time playing Duke Nukem 3D in 20 years. Their hitboxes are bullshit, an artifact of the build engine's general jankiness. Some really fine games were made on the build engine, like 3 of them, but the engine itself is held together with duct tape and clown jizz. We're not done with weird programming shit, and this one's fun. I love it. Best thing ever. Octobrains. Remember when they were an unnecessarily loud and obnoxious problem? And this weird bit of code that says if you hit an Octobrain with a missile, regardless of the size, the Octobrain explodes, meaning that one shot from the Devastator wrecks them. You can shoot a bottle rocket at them and they jib. Now the Shrinker, which also works weird with the hitboxes, you're gonna need for the assault commanders. Fat bastards too lazy to walk who fire missiles at ya. Ouch. Shrink 'em. Mini battle lords, they're all over the place. Shrink 'em. Make sure to shoot at their feet, cause that's how that works for some fucking reason. Ken Silverman fucking up your game? Shrink 'em. Student loans? Shrink 'em. Loud neighbors? Shrink 'em. Crippling existential dread because of a deeply sociopathic society driven by greed and a primal need for dominance and subjugation? Just shrink it. There's nothing this can't fix. Nah, for real, level 3 is warp factor and it can tongue a waffle iron. You already saw how it starts, it doesn't really get better. Drones everywhere, dark halls full of enforcers, this thing transporting you across the map is cool. The level itself is shaped like the Starship Enterprise, because this was made by nerds. And in this hell room full of enforcers and drones, you shoot this switch and then bam, you're on the bridge.
Looks like I have the con.
You get to go into the ready room, and the really ready room, and there's enforcers and drones. Enforcers and drones.
I'm gonna put the smack dab on your ass.
At least it's the TNG bridge, you know, they're standing Picard, which is perfectly acceptable since all Kirk did was grope alien chicks and talk weird, which would be more in line with the Duke. Oh my god, how could I forget that time that John St. John was doing the Star Trek lines while he was recording for Duke Nukem Total Meltdown on the PlayStation? I gotta pad out these episodes somehow.
Oh no, I'm sorry, this one's getting me.
Ha! The captain's...
I can't do it. Every time I think about it. Oh, this is silly.
Huh! The captain's log.
I can't do it.
We might show that. That'd be good. That'd be
Okay.
good.
Oh, I'm sorry, you people have to listen to all these outtakes. I'll get it right.
Huh! The captain's log.
Make it so. Number 1, Mr. LaForge engaged. Mr. Data suck my...
Nerds. Let me tell you about Fusion Station. What, aren't you gonna find all the secrets? I hate this level and I skip most of it with the jetpack, and I suggest everyone else do the same. You know what you're missing? Dark places and hit scanners. Occupied territory, which I can't skip, has a zillion drones in a room with 3 mini battle lords in it. Which is funny because the level ends with a fight where there's only 2. I don't even know why this level is here. I hate it. I'm going right to Tiberius Station, you know, I think that's named after James Tiberius Kirk. I don't know why I know that.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, fine. Okay, let's do Spin Cycle. I hate Spin Cycle. Look at it. You know why. Because there's like 50 drones flying around making the god-awful noise, and the commanders, and 4 rooms full of all these things, and the teleport in, and my projectiles. Once you've run around hitting all these switches and killing all these things, you could make a run for the exit to avoid the game dropping 2 battle lords on ya. No, I mean dropping. That's exactly what happens. Misery and motion sickness. Hey, I got an idea. You kids like VR? The build engine does this!
This really pisses me off.
Good stuff. I don't know how to do this with source ports, but I was able to open up Duke's DOS config file and just do it like this. Tiberius Station is where the episode starts to grab me. These cool moon bases where you can just sequence break in every level. Not even with a lot of effort. You can jump into this vent here and get to the end of the level. They try and trick you with mirrors twice.
Come get some. Damn, I'm looking good.
Next. Lunar Reactor. Good level. I enjoy it. Who brings a keycard into the bathroom with them? That's not sanitary. That's not the most important part, honestly. Lunar Reactor is just cool. From the start area here, to the cliffside explosions. To this.
Now this is a force to be reckoned with. Come get some.
Oh, what's that? As promised, here's the Lunar Reactor. Time for big booms! And enforcers and assault commanders. So many assault commanders. I really do prefer episode 3 if I'm being honest. Darkside. Oh yeah, I remember this one being the level that blew me away as a kid. There's all these trains that take you to the ends of the level. You get to blow up another reactor, but why? Why blow up this reactor? I could have jetpacked up there, but I guess it's not explodey enough. We can't talk about Darkside without talking about... Hell of a visual. Let's break it. Oh, another Battle Lord? You shouldn't have. There's another secret level too, I know, another one. 2 in 1 episode, so you're right in the alien ship now. Ready to kick ass. You guys remember when octobrains were a problem? Now, there's a secret exit here, too. It takes you to Lunatic Fringe, which is about 50% less torturous than Spin Cycle, so why hide it behind a fake wall that no one would ever look for over here? Ridiculous. More build engine trickery. Weird teleports making for impossible landscapes going all 720 degrees.
Groovy.
Cool effect. The level itself is a ball buster. 4 Battle Lords. I remember playing this with bad mouse controls. Those were dark times. Oh, this still tastes awful.
I'm gonna get painful on your asses.
Now it's on to the final map, Overlord, which sucks. It does. Most of this level is the area full of slimes and aliens, and the slimes eat the aliens. Eventually you turn off force fields. You don't even need to do any of this. See this vent here? You can jetpack up there, or if you even have moderate skill with strafe jumping, you can just do that. And it takes you to this fan here, and you drop into the boss arena. And this skip is so obvious that when I played this in the 90s, I just assumed that's how the level went. It was probably a year before I looked through the rest of the level and found this evil room with the Battle Lord here, which brings the total number of Battle Lords in this episode to too fucking many. Now you drop down, shoot an explosive barrel. Yeah, we'll go with barrel. Shoot it and destroy all their eggs. You antagonize Duke Nukem, you steal our chicks, you line your hatchery with explosives. I don't think these aliens want to survive. Okay, boss number 2, the Overlord. Easy.
I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck.
Imagine first time playing this and finding out that when he said,
I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck.
he wasn't lying. But then, one ugly alien says they were just distracting Duke on the moon so they could fully invade Los Angeles. Another mistake from an alien race with a death wish.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
And you are a lot of cum also, so...
Balls of steel.